decided that the root folder where the website is hosted has to be index.html or default.asp, php, whatever. So that's why it's preferable to name it as index, the first page. Okay, so I can save this file in my Java page. I've saved it as index.html. This means that if I go to that particular folder, I can obviously directly open it up and it works in the same manner. So yes, you can do is you can click on the live view, or at times you may even press F12. By pressing F12 you can view it in the browser. So
I tried to install the Notepad, the C++, you know. And when I press run there to open in Google Chrome, it just doesn't work, nothing works. So that compiler doesn't work at all.
Okay, the reason why I don't prefer using Node++ or there are lots of others, there's Aptima, there's lots of others. The good thing about Dreamweaver is that Dreamweaver supports all your three content layers, HTML, CSS and Java. You can work all of them all together within this software. And since these three are in our syllabus, and your CS6 has a very good error handling as well, it has all the libraries built in. So I think it's one of the best software to be used for CIs. So let's say if the question comes of CSS, then CSS you have to do it in Dreamweaver, and Java you do it in Node++. That will be a bit tedious work. So
yes, I understand.
Yeah, that's why I don't prefer it. Okay, let's start. So we'll work with other ways. Alert is if you want a message to be displayed. If you directly want to write something on the page, you can use the command document.write, exactly, and you can write over here, hi there, or whatever you may want to. So obviously, if I preview this, I can see hi there being displayed over there, right?
Yes.
Let's come to string manipulation, which is the very first thing. Well, first of all, you should know what variables are. You have done programming before. You know what variables are.
Yes, of course. We should give it a name and value, not name. Yeah.
Exactly. This is the first class. Now, variables are basically containers. You can contain anything within them. It could be a date, it could be a string, it could be Boolean logic, it could be anything. So when I say variable, it means I have defined a container and I can put whatever I want to do in that container. Now, there are different ways we can manipulate with this string, which is variable A. I could say document.write and a dot. Now, this is why I like Dreamweaver. As soon as I write a dot, I have a list of library methods over here. Well, if I say a dot big, what will happen is it will enlarge the font and show it to me. Okay. Right? And if I use a dot, well, all these methods are not in our syllabus, so we don't have to discuss all of them. If I do bold, it will make it bold. Let's talk about character at. It's our in our syllabus. Character at. If I say over here character at, let's say 2. So what do I get over here? I get I. Well, why do I get I? Because T starts from 0. You know that. So 0, 1, 2, right? Okay. You have character at. In the same way, you have other methods. You have concatenate. You could use concatenate to concatenate two different strings together. For example, I could say over here is B. Okay. And I could say is variable B is equals to whatever. So if I obviously preview this and if I add a space, I could get even a space, right?
Yes.
Right. So obviously these string manipulation methods are really important. Okay. Then font color, same way you can change the font color. It's pretty easy. Font size, again pretty easy because I'm ignoring them right now. Index of, let's talk about this. Index of means that I'm trying to find for let's say, I will say over here is, why am I getting 2 over here? Obviously, you know
So
what?
you see where is the placed in the string.
Absolutely. Okay, do you know what's camel case? Camel case means, you know in programming what camel case is, remember? When,
Not.
yeah, I'll remind you. Camel case means that the first letter of the word within a method starts with small. The rest of preceding they start with capital, like index of O is capital. So if I say last index of, you'll just see something. If I,
Yes, I know that. I just didn't know that it's called like that. Kind of.
yeah,
Yes, of course I know that.
yeah, the reason why you should know it, because in CIE now in P3 they're asking you questions. They will ask you what a function is, what iterative methods are, what is meant by camel case. So in practical, whatever we discuss, we should know how to discuss them in the theory paper as well. You might have seen in P3, in P3 paper, you have like 20 marks coming in now from the practical paper as well, which is good for those students who are good in practical. Anyway, so last index of. So if I say last index of, do you see the color hasn't changed? And if I change the I to capital, do you see the color changes? Obviously, because now it's a
Yes.
defined method in the library. So now if I say last index of, from 2 it will change to 13, because now it's showing me the location of this I. Well, obviously, last index of means from the right and index of means from the left, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, and obviously there is a way that we can find it somewhere in the middle, but we'll discuss it when we start loops, although it's not very important to discuss this point. Okay, then we have is length. Okay, length is not a method. Length is a property. What do I mean by property? It means, you see, I don't need to have brackets in front of length.
I think it tells you how many characters do you have in a string, no?
Absolutely correct. Absolutely correct.
Yes.
Absolutely correct. Oh, you're quite intelligent. Okay. Then you have link. Well, as far as link is concerned, all we need to do is, I just need to have over here is, let's say, http dot com, right?
Yeah, so it's gonna provide us with a link. I understand.
Absolutely. I just need to make another
Because
bracket.
in HTML, if I remember, great in HTML, it's also for link A, right? Open brackets A and then.
Exactly.
Yeah, nice.
Small will make it small, split no. I need to discuss is sub, okay, sub and substring and sub. Well, let's discuss this first. Okay. What's sub str and what's substring? Let's discuss substring first. Okay. Substring basically means that I want to split this
Yes.
string. This is important. I want to start, let's say, from 2 and I want to go till 3. Here we go. And if I preview this, let's preview it.
Okay, so it's gonna start from the third character and it's gonna include the third one, yeah? It's gonna start from like
No, it will,
second
yeah. See, it's starting from 0, 1,
one.
1, H, I, 0, 1, 2, 3, but it's not including the third one. Okay?
It's not including.
It's not including the third one. You've done Excel,
okay.
right? You've done Excel?
Yes.
Remember
I
in
did very
Excel-
good practical last year.
Very good. Remember in Excel there was mid function? MID?
Yes.
Yes. In that function,
Yes, of course.
yes, over there it's inclusive, but over here it's not inclusive. Okay, fine. Over here I get HI. Now I'll change this, and I will discuss over here is sub str. So I'll do the same thing again. 1, 3. Now I get HIS. I'm getting a different output. Now what's the difference? Substr works in different manner as substring. Substring means that I want to start from the first one and take me to the third one. But substr says that you start from the first one, and from the first, the next three you need to extract me that, which means
Yes, I understood that. Yeah.
you got it right.
Yes.
Very good. You've done this thing before in any programming language?
Yes, of course. Yes.
Okay, good. Right. Very good.
But the problem is that I did Python like I didn't have it for school. I just wanted to do it because I was curious, and I did it like 4 years ago. So the memory a little bit faded. Yeah.
This is the good thing about programming. If you do it once, even if you do it after years, it will help you a lot. Right? Now we'll just work with something just to practice with. Um, I usually do this because it really helps us to. Now, if we need to display this, we can put this in. You know, there's sup and sub, so subscript and superscript.
No.
Okay,
Maybe I know the command, but I just don't know the name, like Camel Casing, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. It's important to know all these because CI does, they want us to talk about these things. So if I want
Okay.
h, I will say is 0 comma 2, let's say. If I do this, I get h. No, 0 comma 1. I don't need to. So if I preview this, right, then what I can do is I can simply say plus. Okay.
Yes, I know what that will do.
Right? You have an idea what I'm doing?
Yes, but did you mean to put B substring in the second one or A substring?
I'll just tell you. You get the point?
Let me just look. So it puts it down, right?
Yeah. So that's how
Okay.
we can simultaneously split the strings, and at the same time we can use sub and sup. So if I want to write this all over again, then I have to write a dot substring 2 comma 3, which I'll get O. Then I need to write plus 2 as superscript. So I will write dot sup. Sup will actually take it up, right? You get the point. So,
Okay.
the reason why I am discussing these things is because maybe these points might not be targeted in practical, but in P3, I've recently seen the examiner is talking about such kind of things. So obviously, we should know the terminology and stuff like that. Okay. Done with string manipulation. You do know what arrays are, yes or no?
Can you repeat?
Arrays.
No.
You come. Arrays. You do know what arrays are, right? What I'm saying is
Arrays. I didn't hear you well. Sorry. Arrays. Yes, I know you do the square bracket, and then I know arrays. Yeah, but I didn't hear you well. Sorry.
Okay. So you know about same way we will do array manipulation. Let me do that as well. For example, I can write over here is 1. I can write is
Yeah, I know.
2, 3, so on and so. Same way, what we can do is we can talk about again, we can concatenate two arrays together. First one, okay. We can use index of same way. Index of means I want to find, for example, if I have one appearing in different places, I can find the location of the first one. I can use join. Join means if I use join, I probably may want to join it with plus. I don't know what way examiner can ask us this, but we should know. it will obviously add a plus in between.
Yes.
Right? We can have is last index of, same way we can have length. Length will tell me how many elements do I have in my array.
Okay.
Okay. Pop is
So it's
not.
not gonna tell you how many letters, it's gonna tell you by elements, right?
Right. Exactly. Right.
And what if you want to see how many letters there are?
Absolutely. If I use
No,
reverse.
but what command do you use if you want to see?
Sorry.
Sorry?
What?
I ask you how many, what command do you need to use in order to see how many letters do you have in the array, not elements? Or it's not important?
No, it's not important. It's not important. There isn't a built-in function for
Okay.
that over here in JavaScript. You have to create your own object for that. Well, this much is not enough.
Oh, right. I understand.
Reverse will obviously reverse it. Okay. If I use reverse, it will
Yes.
reverse it.
3, 2.
If I use a dot sort, it will sort it. Very common and pretty simple thing, but obviously uh, we need to remember all this. These small
And what does the
things.
sort function do?
Oh, sort will sort it into ascending order.
But that's only if we have 1, 2, 3,
Because
or maybe months.
I did not write enough. I can write over here is 1, 2, 3. Let's say 4. Okay. Okay. Now let's try again. You see, it's in order now.
Okay.
Right?
Yes.
Then we have is I think so. These are enough for our syllabus. Yes, these are enough for our syllabus right now. Okay. Um,
Sorry. That's the only thing that I didn't understand. Why did it say 4, 2, 3, 1?
1 second.
Isn't it supposed to sort it in the ascending order?
If I use a dot reverse,
Yes.
just 1 second. Let me just try this. Why is it not? You're right.
So it's gonna do 4, 3, 2, 1, right? I understand what you mean, but I don't know why the program is not working.
I know what you're saying. Now it's descending order.
2, 3, 1, 4. Still not. Is it good or?
No. Oh, 1 should not come here. 1 second. A, B, C, D. Where does
Yes.
O come? No, it's fine. Where does O come? Does it come before T? And O. Yes, it's fine. It's fine. It's descending. O comes in the middle. This is descending. It's descending. O does come.
But isn't it supposed to be like?
Descending is like this.
But, really? I thought it's gonna be 4, 3, 2, 1 in the.
You're saying it should be 4. No,
3,
no.
2, 1.
We're talking about the alphabets. We're talking about T, O, 4. Are you talking about the numbers? Are you talking about numbers?
I thought.
No.
Yes, I thought numbers.
Java doesn't know what 4 is. Java doesn't know what 1 is.
My bad.
Yeah. Right?
Sorry, my bad.
Java won't know that.
Yes, I understand.
Yeah, but
So it's doing it in alphabetical order, right?
Yeah. But your question is valid, but again, it will be beyond the scope of the syllabus. What you're saying is it can be done. This can be done. Probably you've done it in programming as well.
So you need to give each element a value, and then it might do it.
Yeah, but
right?
no, we don't have to do that.
Yes, okay.
Yeah, I would love to discuss lots of things with you, but I don't think so. We have to.
Okay, you just let's follow the syllabus. But when I finish the exam, I might go to a programming university. You know where is Cornell?
Yes, yes, yes.
And I got invitation like full scholarship because of the
Oh,
tennis, so I might choose their programming and everything. So I will give you a call for
very
advanced
good,
stuff,
very good, very good.
But for now, let's follow syllabus.
Congrats, you got there. Well done. Okay, what other subjects do you have?
Sorry?
What other subjects do you have?
Maths,
Mm-hmm.
I did with 60%. I did business,
Mm-hmm.
IT, English,
Oh, right.
and
Okay.
I passed every.
That's good. That's good. Right. Okay. Let's proceed further. Okay. Um, after this, obviously, I don't have to discuss that basic variables like multiplication, division of variables. I'm pretty sure you know
Yes,
that.
no
I've
problem.
judged how good you are in basic things. I will test you somehow someday to see. Okay. But I'm
Yes.
skipping that part right now. Okay. It will take long. I want to directly discuss form today. Can you do that?
Yes.
Okay. Now look here. What I'll do now is, please listen carefully. When you open up Dreamweaver, maybe you don't see this. You can make it visible. Come to Window and Insert. You will see this. You might not see the form. You might see the common. You might see this. All these
Okay.
tabs. Well, I don't need them right now because I want to discuss how to make a form and how to validate a form. So I'll directly come into Forms, and this is what I get. Okay, we will just make a very simple form today. We'll make one text box and one button, and we'll learn how to validate that. A very simple thing. So obviously, the first thing I'll do is I'll click on the form. Well, let me click on split, and because I want to see, I want you to see what's happening in the coding. I click on form, and my form tag has been added. The ID,
Mm-hmm.
the name, the method, the action, the post. Okay. Now, obviously, if I want all this to be done properly, what I need to do is I need to make is a table. So I'll come to common, and I will add is a table. So I'll make, let's say, 2 rows and 2 columns, right? So
Yes. Yes.
why am I doing so? I'll tell you why am I doing so. I would
Oh,
also,
so wait. So that is a form, right?
that's a form, exactly.
Ah, I had no idea.
Okay, uh, I'm, I've not created the form right now. Just for see the procedure. What I'm doing right now is, I made a form, but inside my form I have a table. Why do I have a table? Because obviously you do know that in HTML there are two ways that you can format the structure of a page or the content. One is through div tags, and one is through tables. Do you know what div tags?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Div tags obviously is a very good way, but we don't have to do that. We can do it with tables. Easy to use for our examination right now. So uh, you can make a table. You can obviously make the borders 0 as well. Okay. I could have explained you without a table as well, but I don't want to do that. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So I can have over here is, let's say, the name, and over here I want is a text box. Well, let's have a text box in front of this. So what I need to do is, after I've inserted a table, and on the left hand side I have written name as a label, I'll come back to my forms, and over here you can see the next one I have is a text field. So I'll click on
Okay.
that, and I can give it any ID. I can name it as S name. Okay, right, and I'll click OK.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a text field by the name of S name. Then what I need is a button to validate it. So let's do something. Let's select this, and do you see down here merge selected cells? Let me merge these.
Okay, I know that.
Yeah, I'll merge these, and I will now do is I'll come down here, and you can see I have is a button.
Mm-hmm.
I'll click on the button, and what I'll do is I'll just again let's say
Submit. That's what you
over,
use often.
yeah, validate. I would prefer saying that, or I,
Okay.
I could even have I could even have a label on top of this by the name of, sorry, submit, but I would like the value to be something else. Right. So here we go. We have this. We have the button. Now, if you look over here, what do we have? We have is a form. We have the form ending over here, and in between I have is one text box and one button. That's it. Now, what I need to do is, once I click on this, I would like it to validate this. If I click on this, it should tell me that please enter the name, right?
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, you do know how can we do it. We need to create is a function.
Yeah, function and then on click. Not on click, on.
On click, on
Oh,
click.
I cannot.
No, on click, on
Ah,
click.
it's.
On click is
Ah,
fine.
right.
You could even
Great,
do you
great.
can even do on submit, but we do on submit when we have to work with ASP or PHP. We are not doing that. Okay, so there's no point of doing on submit. Means you take the data from here and you save it in a database. We are not saving in a database right now. We just have to
Yeah.
validate the page. So that's why on click is fine. Okay, so let's make a function. I'll say is validate me, and let's say I have named it as s name, right? So I will say over here is if form 1 because I have form 1, if I have
Okay.
is s name dot value is okay. Do you remember is equal to, double equal to, and triple equal to? Have you discussed it before?
Yes. Double equal to is when you want to give it a value, and this and the equal to is when you want to assign it a name, right?
Very good, very good. Double equal to is used when you want to compare. Single equal
Yes.
to is used when you want to assign.
Yes, yes, I
And
understand.
triple equal to is used when you want to strictly compare.
Okay, yes,
Okay?
I know that.
Yeah, strictly compare. So what I'm saying right now is that if you go to my document, if you go to my HTML document, and if you find form 1 over there, and within form 1, if you find any object by the name of s name, yes I do, and if it has no value within it, and there is no value, you see in double quotes it's null value, then you do
Yes.
what? Then you will say is simply the alert command that would say is enter the name, right?
Yeah, I know. Yes.
Yeah, and all we need to do is validate me. We just need to call this. So all we'll do is, where is my button? That's my button. So all I'll do is on click, I would say is validate me. I'll call it.
Yes.
So let's preview it and let's see what's happening. So if I click on this, it says enter the name. So if I enter something over here, obviously it's working
It's
now.
gonna give it that value, right?
Absolutely. We could even further do something that you should know, that we should know. I could even do is that after the alert command, I could say is document dot form 1 dot sname dot style dot uh, back background COLOR. You know it's COLOR, not COLOUR. You know that, right? It's all American, not British. Okay. Americans developed it, and we are preparing for a British exam. Anyway, so if I click on this, and it turns it to yellow. You get the point?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So and so on and so we will be using multiple ifs, and we will learn how to basically create text boxes, radio buttons, drop down menus. Okay. Let me even discuss the drop down menu with you right now. Okay. That's pretty good, and I'm really happy that I can go fast with you.
Yeah.
Because you.
But just one thing, just to make 100% clear,
Sure,
because
sure, sure,
if
sure.
something is not clear, I ask you, right?
Right.
We didn't have value at the beginning, right? We only had name and ID, right?
Right.
So we are assigning it a value by calling a function with onClick, right?
Right.
So we okay, now I understand. So whatever we type there in the name box, it's gonna give that a value, that one, right?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Okay. So everything's clear.
Right? Right.
Yes.
Okay. So what I'll do is now I will just right click and I'll say insert another row which is below, and let's say I would say over here is country, and let's add over here is a combo box. Okay, a drop down menu, a combo box. So you can see over here is I do have over here is a combo box, a list menu. Okay, a list menu. I'll click on this. So I'll give this an ID is country. Okay, there we go. And I need to fill it up with some random countries. Okay, so if you open up the properties, you can use Control F3 to open up the properties. Control F3. Okay, to display it or not to display it. Where is my? Okay, anyway, so come to list values. You can type any countries over here. Okay, Austria. You can have is Niger, right? Okay, right. Okay. So if I preview the live, I do have it, right? No
Yep.
problem, right? And but what I need to do is initially when I view it, I would like this to be empty. I don't want any option to be selected right away. So
Okay.
what I would do is I would simply uh, I have to make a change myself over here. Well, you should have a good working knowledge of HTML. It's a prerequisite of syllabus. You should know what's going at the back. Examiner
Okay.
has the right to ask you anything. So I would just add nothing. With between options, I have nothing, so it means obviously the option is empty. So if I preview this now, you see both are empty, and if I click on this, I can select them. You get the point?
Yes, but if you, for example, in the first option had something written, then it would be written as soon as you load the page in that box.
But usually when you open up professional forms, it's always
Yes,
empty.
there is nothing, right?
Yeah, it should be like that.
Yes, I
Okay,
understand.
okay. Unless and until it's meant for local e-commerce based website, we will always have the country mentioned over there. Now,
Okay.
if I need to validate this now, obviously the name of this was country. So all we'll do is it's a piece of cake for you. Here we go. I'll just use another if. All I need to do is change this to country and
Yes.
just change this to country and change this to country. Now if I preview this, obviously, if I click on this, it says enter the name, enter the country. So obviously if I select something and if I select something, I click. Now what should happen is it should turn to white. Do you agree with me? It should not remain yellow. Yellow means it's wrong. Well, I'll tell you this with a very simple way. Well, simple. I'll just do is copy this, paste it here, and no, I don't have to paste it. I'm so sorry. I'll come here and I will paste it here, and I would say not yellow. I could leave it empty or I could make it white. I don't know. I'll make it empty. Let's try now.
Yes.
So if I click on this, no, sorry. It's yellow. If it's done, I'll also make this white.
Okay, so now when we enter, it should turn back to.
No. you know what I'm trying to do. Just wait.
Yes, so that when first the program is going to put it yellow, and then we enter the value, it's going to turn it back to white, right?
Yeah, but it should only turn to white when it's true. This is not right. It should be yellow. So this means when it comes to the second one, my first one will be yellow, and my first one turns to white, and so on and so. You get the point?
Yes.
So if I have 5, all the previous ones will be turning into white. You get the point.
Yes.
Right? In the next class, we will learn how to make radio buttons. We'll learn how to we'll make a much more complex form, how to validate.
Yes, complex functions, right?
Yeah, how to validate. Basically, apply a range check, age between, let's say, 12 to 25. Okay.
Yes,
So
yes. Okay.
different things, stuff like that. Right?
Yes.
Well, and one thing, till now, if you have gone through the past papers, you might have seen most of it was validation. Have you gone through any?
Yes, in the Excel, yeah,
No,
it
no,
was.
no, no. I'm talking about Java. I'm talking about JavaScripting, programming, paper 4. Have you gone through any of the paper 4?
No, I didn't. I didn't look. I just looked at your video with the balloons.
Okay. So what I'm saying is that till now, 60 to 70% of the papers of programming were based on validation. Examiner gives you a form and says you have to validate it. But this does not mean that we will only be doing that. There are 25 activities on my website. Obviously, you will be able to do them within a day. We need to practice with different things. We have to make a slideshow for gallery, miscellaneous things. Right? I have to just think about. We have to know how to work with loops. Remember, with for loop, when you started programming, you learned how to make a triangle with stars, asterisks.
Yes.
Exactly, stuff like that. Okay.
Switch, case, all of that, right?
Exactly. You won't have a big problem. I'm telling you. I have been able to judge you today. You're not bad at all. How's your theory, P3?
How is my?
P3 theory, advanced theory.
I have. So paper 3 is theory and paper 4 is practical, right?
Yes.
So paper 1 and paper 2. Paper 1 was theory AS level and paper 2 was practical AS level.
Absolutely.
I didn't even know that. Paper 3 theory.
Let
Well,
me-
listen, did you see when I showed you, when I recorded the screen for you, for the downloads? No, for the desktop, you remember? I had CCNA folder.
Okay, right.
It is Cisco Certified Network Association, so I know a lot about for example, 13th lecture. I saw that it's very important about layers and you know, that kind of stuff, routers, switches.
Very good.
Yes, I know that from a long time ago, so I don't have problem with theory. Everything else, you know, the cycle and everything else, I have in business, most of it, so it will be okay, the theory part. I just have problem with programming because it is hard to understand, so I need to give accent to that.
Okay, right. So,
Oh, Jesus.
let's get installed with Dreamweaver, okay? The entire suite,
Yes.
okay? So once we're done, we'll meet again, right?
It will be very good when I install it because so I can practice everything. You recorded this lecture, right? You will send me?
I'm so sorry. Let me stop it. Let me pause it.